Lakini utaki kuget more wasee ama utapata
It's easy to tell them apart from the other two because of their white stockings. From the knees down, they are white in color, and they got regular light brown markings with the black tints at the center.
Have you kissed?
Daisy. Daisy.
Okay, but she's small one.
Laura can speak much of the characters of the name. She's tall, and even when you look at the top of her home, she's taking much of the hair, which is common in the North. It's quite unusual to get a female like her. Because their numbers have remained below 1,000. Currently, their numbers stand at 617 in the world, having 430 members of the Rothschild, that's in the country, Kenya. And the threats which are facing them, they are still enormous, and we don't want to talk about an extinct species, a species which to have a long neck, and today you cannot find it for our future children. So this is the time to take the action, not only for Kenya as a country, but in the whole world. All giraffe lovers or conservationists should come up together, team up to come up with a strategy which can be able to promote sustainable conservation of the giraffe, especially the Rothschild, which is endangered at the moment.
I'm very sad to hear that it's going into endangered on the list, and I think like most of all of the other animals, it's very sad to hear that, you know, as human beings we're finishing with other species. And it's good that these centers exist so that we still have access to them, even though it's kind of selfish because we're also taking them away. But for a small amount of money you can come and see them, and it helps preserve them, and so that future generations can also see them and get to enjoy them. And also for the animals themselves, so they can continue to exist as we continue to exist.
Is she a lady or? She's a lady.
The Rothschild giraffes used to be common in the western part of Kenya and eastern parts of Uganda. But the area where they used to be found in western Kenya, that's in Soi, that area was taken over by the government and subdivided among the local people. And this area having high potential for agriculture, people had to subdivide the land and start clearing down the forest so that they could create more space for planting crops. And they had to kill the giraffes because they were destroying their crops. Otherwise, they just lost their original habitat to farming. While in Uganda, many of them were shot down by the soldiers during the war with Amin, either as their practice targets or probably for their food, that's in terms of meat.
Ja, dat is helemaal niks, hè? Die geen tanden. Maar wat ik met mijn focus zie, kijk, de giraffe ken je nog. Maar wel op heel veel kijken. Als je nou tegen mij zegt dat het neus, dan geloof ik niet. Maar
as a conservationist, I'm happy and also worried. because the giraffes, I think by the IUCN listing them as an endangered subspecies, they'll get more conservation attention and also concern. And the giraffe conservation stakeholders have come up together to come up with a strategy so that they can be able to save these endangered subspecies by coming up with a conservation strategy, which is being spearheaded by the KWS. And we hope we can be able to fight so that the Rothschild giraffe and all the giraffes in Kenya can be probably listed as protected species.
Come, give it.